Good morning, everyone. It's Tina Marie, and we are joining together this morning, or when you're watching this, for the reading of the Prosperity Prayer. We're starting off a new year, and this is day 8 of 30 in the consistency and the persistence and the focus of prosperity. And over the last 8 days, we have investigated what is true prosperity. What does it mean to us, and how can we be more prosperous, not only in money and finance, but in love and relationships and health and spirit? And you've joined me to talk about different prosperity principles. This morning I did a pre-release for this video on specificity. Why do we require specificity in our life? We've looked at how we expand literally the energies of the universe and in through us and in through our desires and our wants, our longings. And so thank you so much for joining me again as we're going to be reading the Prosperity Prayer. And I wanted to take time to also add in another prayer that I love and I've been using for many, many years. And I use it all the time, probably 2 to 3 times a day. And I use it in my thought form. I use it as I pray with my meals. I use it as I go to sleep. And this has become a prayer that's pretty easy to learn, and some of you will definitely know the prayer I'm talking about. And it's been something that I've programmed into my way of being. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Lakin. Hi. Hi, Philip. Hi, Michael. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for joining. This prayer has become part of just the fabric of my being, in addition to the one that we've been studying today. And I like shorter prayers that can become part of our mental programming, yeah? And there's something that I use in my coaching with my clients, and maybe you'll pick this up too and you'll love this term. It's called soul storming or heart storming as opposed to brainstorming, because whenever we get together and we use my magical whiteboard, I'll give you a peek of my whiteboard. I have a whole board in my office that we design life in and through. And, brainstorming is great. However, we want to drop from the mind, or what we would call the brain. The brain is simply a computer executing the programs we give it to execute, consciously or unconsciously. And I said, let's drop in. And this term came from my mouth one day, and it felt true, it felt just on. And it was heart storming. And I've taken the heart storming to soul storming, something that is infinite, that we tap the infinite intelligence in the soul of the universe to become that which we are here. We're always becoming more, which is beautiful. And so this prayer that I've been saying since my 20s, and I know some of you think you're out of your 20s. I'm kidding. Actually, this year I'm going to be 49, and I'm like, whoa, I'm a year away from 50. We got to get a party planned. It's called the Prayer of Jabez. So if you don't yet know about the Prayer of Jabez, I would definitely encourage you to get the book. There's a small book that you can study with the Prayer of Jabez and learn this. So I want to read this one to you. And some of you know this, so you can just cite it as well. Oh, that you would bless me indeed, and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. It's such a simple prayer, and whenever I'm in my thought form with it, it's, God, please help me to expand my territory, bless me with that which you would allow me to serve in your name, and allow me to come from my heart and soul and do no harm. So allow these. Hi, David. Wow, it's great to see your name here. So investigate the Prayer of Jabez and see if that resonates with you. You can make it your own. Have it come from you to serve. And we are here to expand our territory. That's what this prosperity prayer is essentially about. This morning I want to dissect it with you. We're going to go a little slower. I'm going to dissect it, and then we're going to read it together, okay? So the prosperity prayer, first it starts off with, I am the source of all wealth. Sometimes that can hit up against the belief of our worthiness of money and some unconscious belief of the evilness of wealth. I know it did for me once before it is. It's a great book, isn't it, David? I love the Prayer of Jabez. And so I am the source of all wealth. This is not from ego. This is not from us going, hey, I'm all that, bring it on. It's not that. It's that we are honoring and respecting the connection we have with the universe, the connection we have with Source, that we do not hold ourselves as smaller than Source, that we see ourselves as equal and partnered in the generation of prosperity and wealth and understanding in the world so that we may benefit the good of humanity. And that's what it goes on to talk about, right? Next sentence, I am rich with creative ideas. We are the flow of creation in and through us. We're like a little cell in the body of God. And thank goodness we need more cells in this body, because that's what has us get along and connect. And we are all connected, like it or not, with the good and the bad and the evil and the awesome in this beautiful experience we call life. So to declare I am rich with creative ideas, that is true prosperity, the richness of our ability to connect with the infinite source mind and allow it to come into our cognizance and to interpret that, pay attention to it, and to design from that. And yesterday's lesson, I said, we need to have fun. We need to play. So many times I work with people and their impression of generating money in their life has become painful. It's become something that they're like, yeah, I got to do this. Or last night I was working with a beautiful soul and seeing her in this pain, suffering state of the career that she's in, when the truth is, wherever we are has been designed by a higher source to place us there for the benefit not of our good, but for all good. So even if we find ourselves in a situation that doesn't feel beautiful to us and wanted, once we turn with an eye of gratitude onto that situation, be it a job we don't like, a relationship we don't like, a diagnosis with our health we don't like, maybe it's some bad habits that we're seeing in our own being that we don't like and we have resistance to. Once we put on the glasses or the filter of, this has been grace to me along my journey, it's part of it, then we begin to become receptive. And once we're receptive, we can allow new to come in. And last night I spoke of courage and how Osho tells us that to have new come into our being, we must be courageous. Part of our courage is to accept what is with beauty and light and love so that we can bless it and move into that next version of whatever it is that the divine source has waiting and willing for us, right? So I'm rich with creative ideas. You deserve this. You are a cell in the mind of God. My mind abounds with new, original, inspired thoughts. I love this one. My mind, and I'd say the higher mind, not the brain, the higher mind, brain's a computer. My mind abounds with new, original, inspired thoughts, not thoughts like, oh God, how am I going to get that done? We take the idea, and hold on, I'm going to go get my idea journal. I'm going to show you what I do with ideas. Whoop, almost tripped. That would have been fun on camera. Okay, so I literally have this titled, can you see that? Idea journal, okay? It's a folder. It's a pretty folder. You gotta love it, right? I sit with the infinite intelligence every single day. Every single day in the morning, sometimes 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because it wakes me up that time and I honor it. Definitely around 1 o'clock, right? 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I take a break from my day and I tap into infinite source. I sit in stillness. Whenever my mind gets to a place where it's frustrated, where maybe I can't think clearly, maybe I get an ADHD moment, something of that nature. Maybe there's frustration or angst or a form of suffering that comes in. I still myself and I go into infinite source. And I ask one question. What is it that you would have me serve at this moment? I am listening. And I allow that infinite source to come in. Yes, an idea journal, Annie. And so in here, these ideas come through. I'm honoring them by writing them down. My goodness, it's full of Post-its, because ideas come to us when? All the time. I've got these things, and I write them down. Even these are blog ideas. These are books that could possibly be written in the future. These are people to connect with. These are business ideas. Sometimes I pass these off to my clients and let them run with them. These are partnerships that I'd love to generate and have. So I do not disrespect the idea, capture it. Emerson said, an idea, if not gafted by the tip of a pencil, is lost and gone forever. He said, ideas are like a slippery fish. If not gafted by the tip of a pencil, are lost and gone forever. So I honor source in this way. That doesn't mean that I'm going to go off and run and go create all these things. I still need to find clarity, purpose, and I love simplicity in my life. So I bring those things together.